Bam! New video. It's a very quick video. It's explaining about that new matchmaking change. I like it, dude. I like it. The matchmaking change that happened in Tekken 8. For those who are unaware of what the matchmaking change was, is they pretty much made it so the Tekken prowess actually means something. And this was something that I always complained about playing Tekken 7 was I got eventually where I plateaued into like the Fujin ranks, right? And I feel like I'm still kind of there. Maybe I'm like one of those players who could get out and get into those Emperor ranks, but I can easily get demoted back into those ranks, right? And essentially the way they changed the matchmaking was they made it so the matchmaking change was that I got distracted by that pop-up. Fuck. Okay. The matchmaking change is now the first time when you're in ranked and you're waiting for a match, the game will look to see if there's people who are near the same rank as you. Then it will check all those players to see how many players are close in terms of Tekken prowess to you. And then after those, it will choose one, and then you'll get matched up to play against them, right? I swear the connection quality is probably the last thing. Yeah, this guy has what is it, like a 3 bar? That's fine. Two frames rollback, whatever, you know. But I think it's a good change for the low rank players, the beginners, and then for intermediate players, I think it's also a good change. But for really high level Tekken, it's a bad change, right? And the reason why it's a bad change, and I'm gonna start with them, is because these are like the bad news first, right? They can't get any matches, and it makes sense because how many players have over 300,000 Tekken prowess? Not many. So when you load up to play against somebody, you know, it has to look for people who are within the same Tekken prowess. And in the background of this video, I have like a gameplay of me playing Asuka, which is part of the reason why I wanted to address this, because I think it's a good change, right? But if you see the matches, most of the people that I played against are like 300,000 Tekken prowess behind or above or slightly above, and I think it's really good, right? But for the high level players, they can't get any matches because not a lot of people have the Tekken prowess that they have. And then on top of that, a lot of players will hit those Tekken God Omega ranks, right? Or whatever it is. What is it? Lord of Destruction in this game, right? So they hit those ranks, and then once they hit those ranks, they dip. They're no longer in the ranked game mode. They're just like practicing with other players who are professionals and stuff like that. And that pretty much makes it so it's even harder to find a match, because the players who are near that rank or near your rank and near your Tekken prowess, a lot of them, once they hit that final goal, they dip. And I feel like with the Tekken prowess, it kind of gives them something to work on. It's not just like, oh, game's done, I got Lord of Destruction, I'm done. But this is where it affects them even more as well. And that's when you switch characters. When you switch characters, your Tekken prowess still stays the same, so now it has to match you with people who are of a lower rank. So if you're Fujin rank with another character and you have 300,000, then it has to find people who are near Fujin. Then it needs to find people who are 300,000 so you could play against. And that makes it close to impossible to find, right? But you know, I'm an intermediate player, so I love these changes, right? Because I get to play against people who are near the same skill level. And when I play against people who are near the same skill level, you enter like the flow state, you know? It's no longer like, it's not too difficult where my opponent is just better than me, 300,000 Tekken prowess playing his secondary, and I just run into it and he cooks me, right? Dude's been playing for like more years than me, right? So it just makes sense. Like, I'm not afraid to admit that there's players who are out there who are better than me. So those players, I won't get matched up with them, and it won't be that frustrating loss. Like, oh, I'm just giving him my points. Who gives a shit, right? Like, what is the point of me even playing this match? Honestly, like, I'm gonna try locking in and stuff, but like when you lose, it's like whatever. I was supposed to lose. Like, you played better than me. Like, what could I have done? Like, whatever, on to the next match. And then it's not too low where I run into people who I'm like, why is this guy even in Fujin ranks? And then I beat him very quickly. He cancels on me, and I'm like, I see. So he only plays against people that he can actually beat. And now I don't really get paired up with those players because they're not near my skill level. I'm not gonna play against 150k Tekken prowess Fujin rank players. I'm a play against the 210 Fujin players and stuff like that. So it makes it so that is like I get more, like, the games are closer and more competitive, and that's what the ranked game mode should be. But then the problem is, or not a problem, there's not a problem with the intermediate. Another thing that I really liked is here I'm playing Asuka, and I keep getting matched with people who are near the same skill level and near the same rank, who are also playing their secondaries, which makes it so I play against players who have good fundamentals while playing my Asuka or my secondary characters. And this is good because I'm gonna use Paul, for example. I play Paul as well, and low level players like who've never really played against Paul, not that experienced, and stuff like that, never duck 3-2. They never duck it. They never duck forward 4-2-1, the high version, right? Which I just kind of start to get like this bad habit, where I just do the move, who cares, right? And then once I run into a player who ducks that, I'm just like, oh shit, I actually have to play I can't just throw shit out. I have to change it up. I can't just do down 4-1-1 because he ducks the second hit and launches me for it. So I think that like it's good, because when I play against a player who has the same Tekken prowess, they duck 3-2. I can't just play all dumb, and it makes me have to get good with my Paul instead of like, oh yeah, I'm fundamentally just way better than my opponents here, so I get to just cook this guy with my Paul, and like, who cares? It wasn't really a match because this guy never blocked low and got demo man into oblivion while tech rolling into the wall, so he couldn't even change the freaking wall situation. Like, yeah, I think it's a good change, but sucks if you're a really good player, right? Another change as well, a good thing to this change is, if I feel like you'll eventually start to get better faster because you're playing against people who are of the same skill level, and it will make you want to play more because you're entering more of like this state of flow and enjoying your matches, which makes it so those players will eventually get better, and then maybe it will fix the top bracket of the ranked game mode for those players, because they'll have more competition to play against. But we'll see with time. I think it's overall a good change by Bandai. It sucks that it affects like a few people, like and subscribe to my channel. I have to, or I'm this year I'm trying to focus on making more content for my YouTube channel. I'm also trying to focus and stream. I stream every weekend now, Saturday, Sunday, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, And then I have on Friday, I will be. Sometimes I stream late, but I'm thinking I might make those streams YouTube videos that I'm working on. So maybe if you're good at editing or making thumbnails, you can help me out. And because that'll be like my time where I try to. Well, I'll still be streaming, but hopefully people can help me with learning Photoshop and Adobe Premiere and stuff like that, because I'm paying $50 for these subscriptions. I only make like what, fucking one video for the whole year and shit. I'm also thinking of picking up the stupid movie reviews. I think I'm gonna just call it, it's gonna be like a little playlist. It was free on YouTube. That's what I'm gonna call it. It was free on YouTube. I'll watch a free movie on YouTube, and I'll either, I'll just rate it, or talk about how trash this movie is and stuff like that. And because I kind of enjoy making those videos. Another thing to look forward, I'm thinking I'll make some Tekken guides, but more on the strategic side instead of that whole, this is how you play Dragunov. You do down 2, you do down 1, and you do instant while running 2s, and the characters overall are really good. Like I don't understand. Everybody makes freaking tutorials for how to play characters, and maybe I should make one, but I honestly, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Nobody knows what they're doing, like if fucking Akuma was good the whole time. All right, you guys have a blessed night or day or whatever's going on in your life. I just hope it's good for you. Okay. Deuces.